You see, as traders, there's something that's very, very important to do before we go into any single trade. And that's our stop loss, right? We must know our stop loss level. But what if I tell you that there's a way you can actually storm into a trade with almost 100% assurance that your stop loss will never be hit? What I mean by that is simple. You storm into a trade, it starts pushing into massive, dangerous profit with absolute zero drawdown. And I'm not saying that after this you will never see losses ever again, because losses are a natural part of the trading process. What I mean by what I'm about to show you now is that you can literally go for days upon days without picking even a single loss. And one of the most beautiful parts about what I'm about to show you now is that you don't just escape losses, you also storm in and maximize profits. And to achieve this crazy result, all we just simply need is one single principle. Only one. But just before we go on, if you are new to this particular YouTube channel, just remember to hit the subscription button, hit the like button, and also remember to turn the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that will be dropping out from this place just like that. So not to waste so much time, let's dive in now. Boom. Okay guys, now let's actually look at this stuff now. Now there's only one single principle we need to storm into trades anytime, any day with absolute zero drawdown, and that particular stuff is what we call a market shift, right? So you want to catch the market shift that's happening within the market. So what's going to happen now is this. I'm going to be showing you exactly how this stuff works, and we're going to be storming in on live trades now also. Okay guys, now the very first thing we just need to do in this particular spot is to just map out a trend line, right? We just map out a normal basic trend line just like that. Now what are we looking at? We're looking at this stuff pushed from below this spot, pushed up, hit this level, dropped down. After that it pushed back up towards this level, and then we notice it dropped down. Now this is where things become a lot more interesting. Now look at it. Now we noticed that this stuff was pushing up normal, right? Normal candlesticks, right? It was dropping down. Normal candlesticks, right? It was pushing back up. Normal candlesticks, absolutely normal candlesticks. But then look at this. It started dropping down again at about this spot, and then this time it was dropping down crazily aggressively. You can see this particular candlesticks, right? It was dropping down really aggressively. What does that mean? It means that the momentum of the chart at that time just boosted and just increased crazily. Now what did we notice? It resulted to this particular stuff. Now a normal trader out there will see this and be like, oh, it's a breakout, let me storm into the trade. Now you are not fully wrong, right? The only thing is just go and hit your stop loss, right? Now the reason for that is that this particular stuff actually closed perfectly, break and close, but then it closed as a morning star. Now because of that, I can storm into a sell into this trade. Instead, I can utilize it even more than a breakout and make it a zero drawdown trade, because it made that this stock push down with a crazy momentum. It still retains the momentum, but a morning star was created which has to reverse the trade, right? A morning star was created and it still has enough momentum. Think about it. What do you think will happen? The momentum is still there, and then a morning star gets created. It has to go back. So how will it go back? It has to run again with the same momentum, right? Now that's the exact thing we're looking for. A morning star gets created at about this stuff. We storm into the trade and it starts pushing up crazily just like that. So that if I take all of this stuff out, you know, it closed immediately after closing. There was not a single drawdown. It started taking off instantly, right? And that's the exact stuff we're going to repeat now, right? We're going to repeat it on our trade currently. All right, so now this is exactly what we're having currently, right? You can actually see the stuff. Now if we try mapping out this particular stuff again, let's just draw out this particular stuff again. Now you should actually see what's happening. Let's just draw that. Boom. Now what do you notice? You notice this abnormal movement of before, right? Then it dropped down, broke this stuff, and then pushed up again. Now what do you notice? You notice that a crazy momentum was suddenly created at about this spot, right? It pushed up crazily towards this region and started dropping down again crazily. Now what do you notice after that? We noticed that an evening star was created at about this spot. You can actually see that an evening star was created here. After that, what do we notice? We notice a bearish hammer was created at about this spot also, right? It didn't just end there. After that, boom, a bearish engulfing candlestick decide to come and finalize it. So what are we waiting for? Normally, if not for this video, we would have stormed into this trade at about this spot already. Immediately as a bearish formation actually got a bearish engulfing candlestick actually completed, would have just stormed in already. So that now a new candlestick actually just got formed, right? That's what we were waiting for. So what are we just going to do in this trade now? Because we're supposed to storm into this particular one, but we just waited a little for a new candlestick to get formed, and boom, a new candlestick is formed now. So what I'm waiting for, let's storm into this particular trade now, guys. Okay guys, so this is exactly what we're actually having. So I was actually waiting for this particular stuff to actually just get completed so we can actually zoom up the trade, but seems like this trade will just keep pushing for a very long time, guys. Seems like just keep dropping for a very long time. Now the way we are going to leave this particular trade, because I can close this trade, that's just $7,000, right? So I can close this trade now. This particular trade is actually still has some crazy potential, so I'm very sorry guys, I won't be closing this particular one, right? So but then if I want to leave this particular trade, all I just need to wait for is this for this particular stuff actually break my higher high, right? So just at about this region, because we're not ready to risk a lot, but so long it still keeps dropping down smoothly like that, well I will just keep holding the trade for the now. Boom. Okay guys, so that just how this particular stuff actually goes. So we're actually running over $8,000 currently, but I will just be holding the trade for the next few hours or the next few minutes. Just depends on how the candlesticks actually form there. I already told you exactly how we'll be leaving that particular trade, but then you actually saw that trade that was a complete zero drawdown, right? Just like the first one I explained to you, the second one which you wait into to get alive was also complete zero drawdown. Now you just simply need to follow the exact principle that I explained there, just the exact way I explained it. And if you're asking, what I'm using on this particular spot is actually an unlimited leverage and a zero spread also, and what I'm also using there is my 15 minutes time frame. Like if you're new to this particular YouTube channel, just remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also remember to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that will be dropping out from this place just like that. And we actually have our mentorship course 100, which will be coming up in this July, where I'll be teaching 100 students only, meaning that there are just 100 seats or 100 slots available. And if you want to be among this 100 students, just check in the description box there. Simply just hit on the registration link to actually just register. That just how this podcast actually goes, guys. It's a bye from me, guys. I'm Mr. P. Peace.